Ethereum really needs to get a bounce around these areas, because if we don't, we might see a nasty drop to the downside. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving down into Ethereum, and we're going to be talking about our current key level areas. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. As you guys can see, for Ethereum, we are currently sitting at $2,525. So almost exactly just like Bitcoin, you guys can see that Ethereum is riding one of its long-term sloping supports, which is this white line. It's going to be very important in order for us to stay bullish that we get a bounce here and get a confirmed breakout back above 3,200. That is going to be critical, because if we go back in the past, you guys can see there's a lot of resistance here, right? A lot of resistance here. And there's even a lot of resistance and support over here in these key level areas. So 3,200 is definitely going to be our mark. We did hit our all-time highs, which was way up here. However, we are still under a massive sloping resistance. As stated, just like Bitcoin, the only way we're going to get a move up is if we get that confirmed breakout. Now, if we take a look here, every single time that we hit the white line, we've just been selling off like crazy, okay? Just like Bitcoin, every single time. We got a massive resistance here. Like, I can't even tell you how many times we retested. It looks like we retested like once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6, 7, a lot of times here. So we even got rejected over here, and then we got rejected over here. Bitcoin has had multiple rejections. Same thing with Ethereum. So both of them have been struggling pretty hardcore here. I imagine Ethereum is most likely just going to follow what Bitcoin does, but just really got to get these confirmed breakouts, because if we can't get these confirmed breakouts, then as stated, we'll probably be looking for some more downside, okay? Our next key level support here is going to be at 2,400. You can see that we back tested it here, and we back tested it right here a little bit. And then same thing in the past, we back tested it over here, right? If we go ahead and continue up and take a look at the 4-hour time frame, you guys will see that Bitcoin, once again, along with Ethereum, long-term sloping support, right? We have to stay above this area. I'll show you more of this here in just a few moments, but going to be important that we stay above this key level area, especially 2,400, because if we break down, we're looking for a nasty drop, technically all the way down here to $2,000. So $2,000, you can see it plays as a lot of support here, a lot of support here, but that would be a nasty drop. We're talking about a 20% drop whenever it comes to Ethereum. So if we take a look at the daily, this is probably going to be the most important time frame here. We all know we've had a monster run up. We do have 2 massive sloping resistances. Our first one is going to be right here. And you guys can see that we have been creating these higher lows, and that's what's important, right? Very, very important. We're going to talk about these ones first before we talk about the other one, but we do have higher lows, okay? So for the price action for Ethereum, you guys can see we got a low there, and we have another higher low, which is right here. And then obviously we got another higher low, which is going to be all the way up here, right? So we're just kind of sitting there. We're just kind of back testing. Normally, you do not want to ride a key level sloping support, because most of the time it does break down to the downside. So if Ethereum breaks below, as stated, 2,400, we're looking for a nasty drop to the downside, which is obviously something that we don't want. Now, if we go ahead and dive down a little bit further, let's talk about the second sloping support. You guys can see that, yes, we do have a second sloping support, and it is way down here. Like, it is way down here. You guys can see for Ethereum that we got multiple tests here on this key level area. We back tested it way down here, right? So we do have a sloping support there. Then obviously we got a lot of back testing here. And then obviously we got a lot of back testing here. Now, does that mean that we're going to come back down and back test this key level area? Most likely not, but who knows? It is still possible, okay? That would play as a long-term sloping support. It's probably going to be our last resort for a long-term sloping support, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at our EMAs, and then we will see where our key level areas are going to be at. So for our EMA, you guys can see that this is the daily EMA, right? This blue line right here. Every single time the price action is above it, it is considered bullish. And whenever the price action breaks below it, it is considered bearish. And Ethereum has done a really good job maintaining above the massive 200 EMA. Like, it's been bullish for a very, very long time. Okay, it's been extremely bullish. However, we have officially broken below it. Okay, so whenever price action obviously gets back above it, it is considered bullish. And if it's below it, it is considered bearish. And if you guys don't know anything about EMAs, exponential moving averages, they just simply help you determine the overall trend. So you guys can see that it was pointing up, right, for a long time, and now it's starting to point down. Now, does that mean that we're going to be bearish forever? No, it's not what that means. It just tells us that the current trend obviously is going to be bearish, which is not what we want to see. If we go ahead and dive down into the weekly real quick, I know this is supposed to be a short-term analysis, but if we dive into it, you guys can see that for Ethereum, that our massive 200 EMA is way down here, okay? All the way at $1,500. Now, remember how we were talking about how we do have a long-term sloping support? The big question is are they in the same area? Somewhat, depends. But technically, right now, it's going to be way below it, around 1,100, 1,200. I don't think we're going to go anywhere near that. But anyways, if we happen to break down, then that is obviously a key level sloping support whenever it comes to Ethereum, right? We got the 200 EMA whenever it comes to weekly sitting around $1,500, $1,600. Let's go ahead and dive down into the 4-hour really quick. So for the 4-hour time frame, you guys can see Ethereum was above it many times, and obviously we have broken back below it. So in order for us to be bullish, we have to get that breakout above the sloping resistance and above our daily EMA and our 4-hour EMA. All right. So you're probably thinking, well, what are our key level areas? So right now, I'm going to go ahead and just give you a few. We do have one all the way up here around 3,200, but it does look like we're going to have one that is probably sitting around about 2,750. That is going to be a key level area. If you'd like to, you can call it 2,800. But you guys can see that there's a lot going on here right in this area. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Really have to get a breakout. There's a resistance here, support resistance here. And once we get that confirmed breakout above this key level area, then we'll definitely be looking probably for an instant move, probably about $400. A great 10, well over 10% move, probably 15% move, all the way up here to 32. And then after 3,200, technically you don't really have any type of big resistances, I guess I should say, until you get a move all the way up here. You would be looking for another target all the way up here to about 3,800. So you'd be looking for a very nice gap up whenever it comes to Ethereum after you break out of these key level areas. Okay, so we need to keep eyes on it, because if this does happen along with Bitcoin, then we're going to be looking for some monster moves. But we are just not there yet at this current moment, so we probably just need to be a little bit patient, in my overall opinion. So we are bearish still. We're kind of in limbo, but there's still an opportunity for that breakout. So both Ethereum and Bitcoin are in limbo right now, riding their long-term sloping supports. And once we get above these key level areas, then we're going to be looking for some big moves to the upside. So anyways, that is all I got for you guys today. If you will, leave some comments, leave a like, leave a subscribe, whatever you'd like to do. You guys have a great day, and ciao.